So now we talk about traps. So technically, you learn from the data. Now we will see some traps. So this is a real graph of growth. We have many products. So this is one of our product. This is MRR. So it's monthly recurrent revenue. So growth was like 5%, 10%, 15, 30, like 3%, 5. Then we made big changes. 30% in MRR per month. So some services still growing like this. And what do you think? Is it any negative effects? So here we increase the price. We increase the price, MRR jumped. What is your opinion? By the way, can you imagine if your company have 50K per month, MRR, it smells like 50K MRR. If you grow 35%, it means you jumped to 65 per month. So it's really like increasing your company value by 40%. The question to you, what do you think about back effects? Your MRR grows, what is other effects? Everything is good, or is there some negative effects? What do you think?
Well, it goes back down the next month, so...
It's like, it grows, it still grows, like 3% growth, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, nice thing. So we increase the price, MRR. It means like it's here. It means like still it's like it's growth. It's not income. It's like it's like was let's say 50K. So it's like 65K. Here is still 65K. So okay, it was very nice thing about new customers. Any more?
Cost of acquisition, I suppose, means that you spend £1 million on a PPC campaign to get...
Oh, no. So here was just let's say we have 10,000 users. We increase the price. Our MRR grows. What is like side effects, negative effects of this? We get more money per month, but in the long term, maybe something changed. Yeah, so this guy is very experienced. So the idea, you have few problems. If you increase the price, your growth was very nice, you get much more cash, your business get 30% more cash every month. But the problem, new customers getting new price, and new price is higher. So your growth slows. Of course, when you increase another project price, also MRR grows. But the main idea, two things. Can be drop rate, very high because people dislike new price. And one thing is growth can be very slow because earlier people came for $5. Now you increase from 5 to 7. Less people come for $7. For 5, it's lots of people, but for 7, and just was nice example. This is one of the biggest VPS provider, Burkai, like Host Panda. So the idea, like at the bar, every day you came to drink coffee at the same bar, drink beer, eat at the same bar. So each day you come to the same bar, and you know, for example, that you for sushi. In Japanese, by the way, sushi costs much cheaper than here. So in Japanese, sushi are very fresh and nice. So you spend for sushi and for coffee every day $10. Every day, and then bar increase price from 10 to 13, or maybe from 10 to 15. And if they see on graphs, few first weeks will be growth because same people coming to the same bar, they were ready to pay. They pay more. Maybe they 1, 2, 3 days more, maybe 1, 2 weeks more. Then they find other bar, and bar becomes, so firstly the revenue grows, and it drops. And sometimes bars are killed totally. In 1 month, they get very good numbers. So when you do A/B tests, and you do A/B tests for short period, let's increase entrance twice. Let's do it. You increase entrance twice, numbers jumped, yes, it's good. The next day, nobody came back, and your business done. Okay, this is like about A/B tests. Because in A/B tests, you do short testing, get results. Long term, nobody cares. So one more thing is about A/B tests. Usually, it's recommendation to 1,000 tests per funnel. It means if you have a marketing campaign, your website registration form, blah, 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 blah pricing. You need average from 500 to 1,500 different tests, different titles, different prices, different models, different structure to make funnel work perfectly. Of course, it's only big companies can allow it, but just to see how much potential we have ever in registration. I one day was listening 1 hour speech of guy who did testing with registration, only with registration forms, adding and removing fields, and how it influenced in different other metrics. 1 hour, it was like a half year experience only with registration. Okay, so next things. Imagine every day you come to work as you do. You test with different prices, different funnels, with different markets, with your structure. You sell first, you do free freemium, you do you do free and premium, then you do trials, then you do lots of testing, and then one day something happens. You forgot to do AI test before. If somebody knows what it means AA test? The idea how A/B test works. Let's say, sell coffee on this stage, on this level for $3, and on other level for $4. And then I see like for $4 people pay, so I still continue for $4. It's A/B testing. A variation here, B another level. But sometimes I didn't know that on other stage people are richer, something like this. So I need to do A test. So provide the same thing for different audiences. I sell firstly coffee here for $3 and then here for $3 and see, okay, similar purchases, and then test like this. So before we didn't do before AA testing, we didn't know that our splitting was bad. So technically, a robot who splits the user said A, B, but our robot said A, B, and all our numbers were recycled. And all this knowledge. So firstly, it looks like this. One day you come to the conference said, AI website builder works. It's perfect. It's our future. Then you wait 2 months, and after 2 months you came to the same team, said, sorry, it was error. AI doesn't work. Something like this. And you need somehow to remove this wrong information from your mind. That is, I don't know how to say in English, unthink, understand. I don't know how to say it. You need to remove all this data. And to every test, you need to go to every test and make one more test again. Okay. Sometimes you do tests, and just to understand how much test costs. Was version 1. It was few months. Then was version 2. And then, for example, here, what we did. By the way, for domain guys, it's very, very interesting. We had domain. Sorry, I don't hear. So we did lots of tests, and we think that the main thing is to track money. When you sell something, you just see what is income at the end of the month, and you track money. Here is that amount of money. That after test is that amount of money, and we just think, oh, it's good. But in the long term, we understood like money. Sometimes you don't even need to count money because there are so much metrics that you need to count. For example, you increase the price, you get more margin, you get more profit, but in the long term, your business is dead. For example, one more nice example. You sell domains for $10 per year, and then your colleague said maybe sell for 15 years forever. Your sales increase, all metrics increase instead of retention and LTV, etc. And then you're dead. You sell hosting for $10 monthly, then you said $15 forever. And then you technically lost your business. All your metrics jumped, but in the long term you're dead. So what the idea of this slide that you always need to track what is around. You track prices, but you also need to, in your case, could be other metrics and will be other metrics, but would like to say that sometimes when you increase in one place, other place decreasing. Also, sometimes you see you see like cohorts. Like for example, some people come here, some here. You see graphs, and here is higher, and you are lucky. Yes, it's higher, and you maybe 1 month or 2 months, talking on the stage that you were very nice, but then you go deeply understand that this is like was Chinese traffic and everything was what bad, and then you understand, and sometimes you understand after half an year. So you learn from the data, you get data, you do business decisions, but sometimes you didn't, just your marketing said, oh, in Google Analytics we didn't saw it, these API addresses were out of range, we weren't able to detect them, but now we understood it was Chinese traffic. And everything was very bad. Okay? Uh, Also, for example, also a lot of calculations. You sitting, you every number collect from different sources. It's a really long story, so you test. For example, just to understand how much numbers. For example, you have 5 tiers. One tier is like highest tier is UK and US. Second tier is, for example, Europe. Third tier, let's say Asia. Fourth tier is, for example, Africa. Fifth tier is the countries who are like not buying. For all these tiers, you have different pricing. Then you have version 1, then you have version 2, then you have version 3, and you do test. So it's really lots of numbers, and every number, this number from Google Analytics, this is from Mix Panel, this is from Sales Channel, this is from here. So you just collect all these numbers, and then it was technical issue. Something was wrong. So, and all was other test on top. And so we understand like, wow, it's so. Sometimes you need to test seriously. For example, we now have 2 brands and we're joining them. And we have no idea how to test it before. We have 2 products, we have 2 brands, 2 OLs, but B1 LT is we're unable to move it to international market because it's Lithuanian domain. And now we're joining 2 brands. And we have no idea how to test it easier. The only one way to test is take 2 domains in one, move 2 projects in one. I ask lots of people how to do it better. I ask guys who are like who owns really big capitals, what you would do. Half of them said do not join. Half of them said do not or merge. So you don't know the right answer. So I just would like to say that sometimes test costs months and really expensive and painful, but you have no choice. Yeah. And one of the last slide is tests cost a lot. All this calculation requires experts, requires guys who understand, and but in any case you need to test it. Just to understand how in real life works test. For you as domain seller, it also will be very nice. So we had Site.pro subdomain for $1, and our guy said, let's increase from €1 to 1.5. Looks like a very simple test. From 1 to 1.5. And then we see that people stop buying for 1.5. And we thought that it was priced so high, but the problem was that near domains were costing €2. So people just starting switching from here to here. So you do next tests, and you do guys who are near you for €3, you increase other price in other place, and then your domain start growing. In that case, something more happens, and so you do test, and test. Just the main idea is that all this process is very necessary, and every company should do it, because, as I said, Amazon, Google, Facebook, it's daily thing what they do. But from other side, it's really expensive process and very time consuming. So, and maybe one more last slide. Sometimes you draw a new interface and you need to test it. And test takes time. You need many users, and sometimes one of example is hallway test. Sometimes you draw a new interface and you can show to guys nearby you and ask, please make a website. A customer start chatting something, and then you show old interface to other guys, said, please make a website. Guys start typing something like this. So you can sometimes make a test every like 5 or 15 minutes. Sometimes like 8 people in the call, and you do not know, is it good interface or not? But you need some proof. you call to 5 people, to you, said, please do this step. And you see if people stuck, it means bad interface. You know, sometimes like 6 people came with a bad interface and you see it's really bad. You need to cancel it. But you're very motivated that interface is very good. And you do not know what to do it. To do A/B test, it's very expensive. By the way, you need to program, you need to track, so sometimes you just provide this bad interface to you, said, please buy. And person, how to buy it? Where is the button? I said, look guys, they're unable to see the button. So, and you get the answer like in few minutes. Yeah, so sometimes and mostly speed is most important thing. And if you need more, we on our website we have all growth hacking course, and there are lots of examples from YouTube, from LinkedIn, from Airbnb, and lots of many other examples. So if something, all information are on our website. Thank you. Yes.
How often, how many, when, like just like that's something.
So, okay. So the main question is like, how often do we test? So sometimes we have like 5-10 tests running at the same time. Sometimes we have no test at all. For example, now we're joining the brands, so testing for us it's like dangerous because all metrics disappears. Sometimes some test takes half an year. For example, you do not have enough traffic. For example, we are thinking, if we translate to Portuguese, will it provide for us new customers? So we translate to Portuguese, FAQ for Portuguese, and we see like statistical significance, we need half a year. So we just running this test half a year, and you wait. Some tests, for example, when it's with AI website builder, it's really you can do it in one day. You just start morning. What is good in big companies, in big portals like Team Internet, they have huge traffic for some brands. They can do tests instantly. They just took 1 hour, it's done, because lots of numbers. Yeah. When you have, let's say, 50,000 people who visit this audience, you can easily, for example, you now think, is it better to sell coffee for $3 or for $4? And you have 10 buyers a day. So while you test, but if you have like 50,000 people a day, like Starbucks, they just in few places just make small changes, and they see at the end of the day. And by the way, what is good with Starbucks, let's say, for example, they're thinking, if we, let's say, make coffee for free, how it happens? They can in one area do it, no problem. For example, we thought, is it offline ads works or not? So what we did, we took small city in Lithuania, bought all billboards in the city, and make incredible deal like €1 hosting per year and domain. €1 when the self cost in registry is €8. But we in one city we bought all booths, all offline ads with a crazy deal, and it was like few sales. So we understood like for us offline ads doesn't work, but we don't need to buy all Lithuania or all other countries. So you do test on small place, then you scale it for all the world. Yeah, but I would like to do it more, but now I see like it's always requires calculation, your attention, so you should have a bigger business, yeah. But in the most important case, you should test more. Okay, any more questions? Yes, there are. Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 cheetahs. By the way, it's 2 cheetahs. One is here, two. Yeah, yes. And on my website, you can find me with lions, with cheetahs, with rhinos, with elephants. Yeah. So cheetahs is the best. By the way, cheetah feeling pleasure when they're licking you. So technically, lots of animals, they lack of salt. And when like there are, by the way, it's very problematic. Cheetahs was like 100 years ago, there were more than 100,000 cheetahs in the world. Now it's less than 10,000. And sometimes mother is killed and small kids are left. So guys taking and I provide them like 5 kilometers range, so they're in a big range. And by the way, when you come here, cheetahs are not home, they can kill you, but they're close to people. You can feed them from their hands. And sometimes cheetah comes, like smells you and come away. sometimes cheetahs comes and like, so the owner said, some cheetahs like love people. And by the way, cats are social animals. So cats like to, so technically cheetahs, they feel love, of course, they like, but it's, I can show you video. And they also need some salt, so they like you. And one more thing, with cheetahs is like this. With lions is not like this. So lions, when they lick you, they ferments comes, ferments, and the appetite starting. So if lion licking you, firstly when lion killing animal, firstly it not eat it. Firstly he enjoys it. Licking is like smelling, like 15 minutes in licking. So if lion start licking you, it's a problem. If you take your hand like this, lion, what is happening? So you need to have some. So I can show lots of pictures with this, but yeah, cheetahs is very nice. Yeah. Yeah, test example. It's a good, yeah, A/B test. Yeah, very nice when you go to the cage to lion. Cage could be like big one, like 1 kilometer on 1 kilometer, and you just came at morning. Lion is wake up, and lions are talking between each other. They talk, one lion here, other lion here. They talking between, and your guide said, "Hey, not time. In 15 minutes we come inside," and the lion goes, then you come inside the cage. Good experience. I really recommend. Of course, you need to have some safety things like do not show back, do not run away from lion because instincts works. But yeah, cats are social and they love you. And by the way, when you touch them, they understand you as from the same family. So when you touch lions, when you touch cheetahs, they feels love. So really, they understand like you are as a lion or as a cheetah. So really, they're lucky with you. So really recommend you. Technically, there are two cheetahs, but just in one picture, not enough time. Thank you very much.